Now you're about to enter the Fearless Career course. Here, the focus is to help you take the necessary steps so that after you find your next job, you don't fear losing it. And when that fear is gone, you'll become the master of your own career and you'll begin to excel both at work and at home. You see, there's a vicious cycle that afflicts most professionals, and perhaps you're very familiar with it. It goes something like this. You find a job, and you are so happy and excited that you enter the career honeymoon phase for about 6 to 12 months, where everything is perfect. It's a dream come true, all sunshine and rainbows. But after some time, that sparkle begins to fade, and this new and exciting job begins to feel like it's just another job. Some things begin to happen, or perhaps you simply start to become aware of flaws in this new job of yours, and perhaps you start to feel bored or burned out or underappreciated. This begins slow, just a little nuisance here and there, and you think it'll go away on its own. But as time goes by, these little nuisances become headaches and heartaches, which then lead to deeper sense of unhappiness, both at work and likely at home as well. You begin to feel strained in your relationships with your manager, your coworkers, and perhaps even with your spouse and kids, all which become more and more toxic until you decide that something needs to change. And so you start looking for a new job, and when you find it, the cycle begins anew. Now, this cycle has some signs that you can keep an eye out for, such as constant stress, constant anxiety, frustrations. A little bit of these isn't inherently bad, but the key word here is constant, meaning that these are becoming the norm. You're probably pretty quick at identifying when you're stressed or anxious or frustrated, but probably not so quick at identifying when these have become the norm in your life. Usually, by the time you realize these are the norm, something has happened that has caused you to stop and think. And you think something needs to change. And it's because it does. Now, there is a sign that comes before these more toxic and prevalent signs. Before the stress, before the anxiety, before the frustrations, before these become part of your life, there is one thing that leads up to it. And that is your inability or unwillingness to speak up. And you're not alone. Speaking up is a challenge for many. Why? Because your mind begins to flood itself with what ifs. What if they don't like me? What if I get in trouble? What if I get more work? What if I get fired? These and many more fears. But this course will teach you how to prepare so that you don't have to be afraid of speaking up ever again. And when you're not afraid anymore, that's when you break the cycle. So the takeaway from this brief transition lesson is this. If you ever get that fear of speaking up at work and you stay silent when you shouldn't, just come back, review, and apply the lessons you learn here in the Fearless Career, because they will teach you how to prepare and overcome it.